Good evening, welcome into the stream. I hope everybody's alright tonight. I'm looking puzzled because something's moved around on the desktop and I don't know what it is that I've moved around. Oh, not that one, that one. 1 second, I need to know what it is that I've moved. Okay, it's not that, it's not that. It's obviously not that. Oh, it's that, whatever that was. Ah, okay. Okay, why hasn't that kicked in? I can't do anything right. Ugh, God, this thing. Well, let me put a little bit of music on. I thought I'd get all set up early and everything tonight, have it all up and running and everything. Obviously not. Right, let me see. So, why isn't that running? So, well, let's see what we're doing here. I'm just gonna get this working properly, and then I'll get going, because otherwise I'll be crashing into a star. I don't want to be doing that. Sat here with my trusty whiskey tonight. She's really nice. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh, I've been under that one. Oh! So I've just seen that it's not even going out properly. So it's law. So, let me just correct this. Think. No idea why that isn't going live either, but at least I know now. So I'm gonna broadcast alerted. No idea why that didn't go live properly. No idea. Oh well. So where's the actual stream? I know why it's done it. Twat bag. So I don't know, Brian. It's done this stupid thing where I think it wanted me to broadcast under another code, but it actually didn't give me one to broadcast under earlier, so I assumed that it would be on that one. So now I have to, you know, Twitch doesn't give you these problems. It just doesn't. Okay, well, I've corrected it and hopefully it won't matter too much. Are you in, Smitty? Are you here? Shall edit that one. I'm on my way, Brian, now. I'm just going to set off now. Right, let's get going. So everything's set up. I'm going to jump through the sun.
Frameshift drive charging.
I have to go into restream chat again, I'm guessing.
Ready to engage.
This is a right baffle on this. So, there we go. Stop. 3, 2. Hey Kathina, how's it going? Welcome into the chat. I'm just going to test my chat thing. That's my mistake, Smitty. Still don't know how to work YouTube yet. I know how to work Twitch, which nobody watches on. Ah, has it dropped me in on a K-star? An M-star? I haven't even got M-star selected. I actually came across one of Yamix's Water Worlds earlier. Hey Julie, how's it going? Welcome in. Everybody got the redirect then. Okay, and I'm dropping in system now, Brian. I'll add you in the wing, and then I'll put you in. After that, I'll put you in the chat, okay? In Discord, in the voice one. In the Discord, voice one.
4, 3, 2.
Can find it. There we go. My on-screen chat isn't working. Do you know, nothing's working actually. I don't know if there's been a slight problem in the fact that I don't know what I'm doing. But thanks for letting me know. Let me just check. You mean in YouTube or in... Kathina, you mean in YouTube or in crapola? Because the chat looks alright for me. Okay, hang on a sec. This might be because of the other... Your on-screen chat isn't working. That's really strange. Okay, Kathina, are you what... Ah, Kathina, I don't know why it's not working for you. I can see the second one. No, so that's the one I'm connected to now, and I can see your messages in chat. Yeah, the one on screen isn't going well. Hang on a minute. Christ on a stick. You know what I'm like. Right, hang on a second. We'll get this working. We will. How do we do this though? Why would it freeze? I've got an idea. I've got an idea. 1 second, people. Chat. Please. Just give me 1 second. Okay. There we go. I think that'll should be working now. Should be working. If you want to give it a test. In game isn't. Are you winding me up, Brian? Right. Okay. Let's get on to this. I know I did a flyby by accident there. So for anybody who's new in the stream, for example, Kathina, I'm heading to the Galactic Core yet again, but this is a completely different trip this time. This isn't a busman's holiday, this is actually, there's an intention to it. There you are, Brian. So you don't have to stay on the surface if you don't want, Brian. I can do what I was going to do from just around it, I think. I'm hoping. He says, treat this one quite carefully. What the hell's that sun? It's going to be up there, isn't it? So we need to go down here. Oh, you like all that stuff, yeah. How was that game you were, what's it called? Agony. How was that? I know you were really looking forward to that coming out. I'm trying to kind of get on the dark side, Brian. Let's see if we can get this to work properly. Call me a Doyle, but I might be at the wrong planet. I might. Oh no, I'm at the right one. This is the one Brian's at. Let's turn the wing beacon. Is your wing beacon on, Brian? Bob's not even left Sol. I don't think yet. I'm going to make sure I'm at the right planet because this just doesn't seem right. I am watching it. I'm trying to hold it in the same position. I think it's been fixed, Brian, unfortunately. I honestly do. I think this is one of those things where
I seen it moving earlier on.
Oh, you did? Actually,
it's not like what is it, Midland Hollow?
Oh no, I didn't expect that. But
it's not like that. But if you get
close enough,
you've got to like watch it for a while, and then you see the gradual orbit.
Right, okay, because I was just thinking, I've actually dropped out of Super Cruise because that should help it look even, like it's going even faster, but it doesn't seem to be. Yeah, it might have stage fright, you never know. Okay, you got the second location though, didn't you, that I sent in Discord earlier? I think it was V948 Scorpio or something.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay, cool. I'm just looking for... It is moving slightly, I think. But it is ever so slight. In the video I saw it was moving much faster, so I don't know if it's one of those places that's been fixed. Which is a shame. It's a shame. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next place. This is called V9848 Scorpio. Now, I think...
If you turn orbit lines on, you see it a lot more, because it shows you the speed it's moving.
Alright, I'll give that a go. I thought I had orbit lines on. Or I have, I've dropped out of Super Cruise, that's why. So... we're gonna do this one.
Frameshift drive charging.
Anybody notice I'm doing a bang up job of doing a stream again?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Did you hear about the fiasco, Kathina? What does everybody else think about the fiasco? I know Brian's feeling on it. Brian wasn't very happy. I know Dave wasn't happy when he was let's have a look, let's see if we can see.
Orbital flight.
To be honest, I was more disappointed, and that's worse than being pissed off.
That's what I was thinking. Fixed it. I know that's what I said, Kathina. I said it wasn't... I wasn't disappointed even for me. I was disappointed. A worse than bad decision. Demon Headmaster? What's that?
4, 3, 2.
Hey Jess, how's it going? I don't mind the board flipping thing because essentially it wasn't part of the game. What I don't like is that
Economical jumping or jumping normal to the next.
I think I'm doing normal jumps because it's I think it's about 5 or 6 jumps away. I don't disagree with the board hopping thing. What I find a little bit annoying is that they've actually said that board hopping was acceptable. So my assumption is when they bring this new board specific server, your boards will actually be bigger.
Drive charging.
So in my eyes the boards will be bigger and you'll have more missions to choose from. People are talking about missions drying up. Look, it's gonna flip every 10 minutes or something. And I hope to God they account for that by adding more missions. But like Athena just said, it's FDev, and you never know.
Well, if they don't, the level of salt will be toxic.
Well, I think it's already pretty bad for the game. I know people who are completely grinded out by this game. And I have to admit, at times I've felt it as well. It's just, you know, there's only so much certain stuff you can do. Even if it's like combat. I tried combat a while ago. It went alright for me, but it's just not something that I play the game for. But everything else, all the engineering and stuff, I'm sick to the back teeth of it. Hey, Fractal Empathetic. Empathic, sorry. Empathetic? What did I say? Empathetic.
I mean, they're saying they're bumping the payouts by 10%. I don't think that 10% is enough. Because if you're min-maxing for like any missions or whatever you're doing, you're going to take the highest and then you're going to board swap and get the highest until you're full. So if you can't do that, and if they don't have like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 missions per faction, so that you've got a good choice, I don't think 10% is going to be enough of a boost, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know about all those numbers, but I mean, at the end of the day, they have the numbers, so they should know what works. Alan Bold and the words "should know."
Then you've got all the poor new players that come in that need to grind Alliance and Federal rank. I mean, how are you going to do that without board switching?
Well, you have to do what I did with, specifically with, I think it was Empire, is you have to find a location where they just have so many delivery missions that you can't go wrong, really. And you become a courier for the day. Yeah, but that's the thing, Kathina, is that I don't agree that they should say it's acceptable because they don't know how to program the game properly, and then recant that when they can go live with something. That seems more cheap than anything else to me. But I agree with you that if I came into this board, if they'd have turned around at some point and said, you know what, we're going to cancel board hopping, which they now have, it absolutely doesn't bother me at all. I think I do it every now and again, but anybody who's watched the streams will know that I only do it a couple of times. When I used to take passenger missions, I used to actually set myself a departure time so that board flipping felt like new passengers turning up. Oh yeah, I was just talking about the grind in general, Kathina, and I actually think they really need to implement more mats as mission rewards, because for people like me who really don't want to go out and grind some of the things, it would be really nice to be able to say, oh, if I go there and I complete some missions, even if it's just one, for example, one passenger mission, I get three parts of that mat, I would totally buy into that. It might take longer, but I would be enjoying it more, and I'd feel slightly more rewarded than I do when I'm doing some of them. There's that one where you have to go out into deep space. I really hate that one.
Option now when they changed the missions.
No, they do to a certain extent, Brian, but it's really hit and miss as to what you get, and not all of them are actually available. Yeah, I mean, the whole rank thing, Kathina, you might be right. I mean, maybe rank should come through really hard work, and I'm talking maybe even years of work, and not be grinded out in 3 or 4 days. Maybe. That might not seem a popular thought with people, but this is a real-time game, essentially. And although that does have to be whittled down a certain extent, maybe rank should come over a longer period of time, as it would if you were really in a spaceship flying around. Right, let's see, we're on this is F, so let's go 607. And that might not be a popular theory with everybody, but...
What world?
I like how you said that. I think the one just before it might be terraformable as well. It's right on the edge, but it might be. That's a high metal content. You're going to buy it in a couple of years, Fractal. Yeah, but that would be the good thing, Kathina. I honestly do think working for a ship is a good idea. I really do. I think it, you know, the Diamondback Explorer, I mean, you know this, Kathina, that it's still my favourite ship. I've come out here in my Anaconda because the Anaconda is a safer option for me. But I would much prefer to be doing this in my Diamondback. much prefer to be doing it on my diamond back. And I'll be honest with you, if ranks were in place, I might not have the option to do this in this ship, which to me is totally acceptable. It is terraformable, Brian, that high metal content.
Unfortunately, the water road isn't.
No, I know what you're saying. Like I said, it has to be percentage down, of course. But this game does work in real time, so unfortunately, we all have to go along with that narrative. But you don't agree that it should take us a lot of play to get ranked up? I had no option, Jess. Honestly, I had no option. What I would really like, if they had one more slot, probably a 4 slot in DBX, I'd be a happy chappy. Maybe we can strap the SRV to the back like people do with their bicycles when they go on holiday, you know? I absolutely love the DBX. I actually made videos about it early on, about how you can do most of your money stuff in a DBX, and you can actually do combat in a DBX. There's a few videos about how to do combat in a DBX as well, so just one more slot, that's all I'd like. I'm not asking for the world, but I just think that ship is just, with that one slot missing, it makes long distance travel harder, and essentially it is a long distance vehicle. Or if you can, like I say, if you can strap the DBX to the back, sorry, the SRV to the back, that's okay with me.
The thing with the DBX is you need to sacrifice something.
No, that's what I'm saying. With an extra 4 slot, you wouldn't have to sacrifice something, and that would just make it the perfect exploration ship. Ben, I don't disagree on the ergonomics of the Asp. I love it, but as an exploration ship, I hate it. I would pay to have those windows on a DBX. Fortunately, I've got camera suite. Fortunately. Do you want to plug your stream for tomorrow night, Ben? Feel free. Or your podcast, sorry. Hey Cody, are you a member of the Discord? Listen, in the Discord we have a whole ship build section which Kathina did a lot of work putting together, so I would say join the Discord. It's in the show notes below. She's got some amazing setups in there that you can use, and they're all max stuff to get the best out of your ship. She's got various builds for various ships, and you're more than welcome to go in there and have a really good look at them. Honestly, she's got some of my ship builds exactly to the point where I wanted them to be, so I would definitely check that out.
Frameshift drive charging.
Exactly, a spoiler, Jess. Just another spoiler. Let's have a look. I'm just going to go back a little bit now, I think. I love the windows though, Kathina. Those windows are really nice. If you've never listened to Lave Radio, I would give it a listen to. It's a great podcast on the Elite universe. and they really do, because they're on for a few hours, so they really do go through everything that's been going on. And you can also join them in Lave as well. And actually physically in game join them in Lave. Oh, those are a bit too far out for my cup of tea.
Shift drive charging.
No, Bob's not aligned with Lave that I'm aware of. The traitor. Julie's aligned with Lave. She does work for Lave all the time. Listen, anybody else, join in that Discord below. We have a really nice Discord. Sometimes it's just photographs of my holidays and stuff, but other times it's other really, really good stuff. Lave Radio also have a Discord to hang around on. Oh! Got an earth type if you want to jump. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, I jumped the bullet. I'm ever so sorry. I'm a bad person. 300 light seconds, okay. It's a high metal content, but we'll take it. I don't care.
You say Bob ain't left the bubble, so why am I seeing Bob's friend marker like out past us?
Oh, maybe he actually went ahead. I've not actually looked on the map. I just assumed that he was near the bubble. I'll let him know where we are, but he's pretty far ahead of us. Has anybody told Bob that he wasn't actually mental? Has anybody told Bob that he wasn't actually mental and it was my microphone?
Can you hear me, Swifty?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm with you in Discord though. I think I blocked.
I'm having difficulty hearing you again. You're very muffled as usual.
Okay, one second.
But try wing chat in Discord now.
I love it. Bob thought he was going a bit mental the other night because he could only hear me muffled, but in Discord I've got it set up properly. So I'll wait for him to come in and then I'll shout at him and scare him. I don't mean shout at him in a bad way. I just mean because he's probably got my microphone turned up. So I can go up to 872. So this one might just about be terraformable. Do you know what I'd really like them to do actually when they design ships is actually look at some of the either television programs, movies and things like that, and just take some little bits that they like to make ships with, because sticking spoilers on everything. Let's see if Bob's in Discord yet, or maybe he's just loading it up. Maybe he's just loading it up.
That first planet's terraformable, Swifty.
Oh yeah? Okay, good stuff. Oh yeah, sorry, I've got that one. I've tagged that one. I'm on to the second one now. The second one should be taggable as well. It should be terraformable. Looks about right. You would, Kathina. You would.
Swifty?
I can hear you, Bob.
Right, I'm in wing 1 now. But you was...
Can you hear me better now then? I'm gonna...
Sorry, what was that?
Can you hear me better now?
Just a little. That's okay, I can manage.
You might want to try turning me up, because the other day when you said my voice was muffled, you were right. I had it connected to my webcam, but today I don't. I don't think I do. I'll double check it.
Are you two still connected in it?
It's a little bit better, but honestly, I can hear. Is Brian there?
Yep, Brian's there.
Can you hear me, Brian?
Yeah.
Off. Okay, so how did you get so far ahead of us, Bob? Fleet carriers, they'll never arrive. They're not even gonna arrive as paid. Okay, second one isn't terraformable. Oh, I can hear you more now, Bob.
Frameshift drive charging.
I know it was sarcasm, Jess. We invented sarcasm. Yeah, exactly, Julie. There is one entertaining Thargoids and it didn't jump when it was expected to.
Can you still hear me, Swifty?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly, Bob.
Fuel scooping complete.
Okay. Could you ask Brian to try see if he can hear me?
I can hear you fine,
Or
Bob.
speak to me to see how I'm receiving him?
Count to 5, Brian. Or sing she shall, and she shall.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Frameshift drive charging.
I ain't singing nothing.
Brian doesn't like singing, Bob.
Well, I can hear Bob, I can hear you. Fine.
Yeah, I can hear Bob really well. Better than I did in the wing chat, actually.
Frameshift drive charging.
When Marshall dropped in the other day, he said he couldn't hear me in Discord, but that was because I had it attached to my webcam mic by accident.
4, 3, 2.
Yeah, but you can hear me fine, right?
Yeah, no, I can hear you perfectly.
Bob can't. Can you hear me, Bob?
Sorry, Swifty, I can't understand you.
Fuel scooping complete.
I'll send you a message in wing chat. Hang on, Bob, because I don't understand what the problem is. Oh, let's have a look.
If you said I don't understand what the problem is, neither do I.
Because I can hear you perfectly.
When we were speaking the other night, I could hear Brian loud and clear, but it's only you I have difficulty with. So I just don't understand it.
Well, the other day we actually worked out that I had my webcam mic attached to my Discord, so that was the problem the other night. But I fixed that, so it should be better now.
You're just so very muffled and crackly. That's the only way I can describe it.
Maybe if you mute me or turn off voice comms in Elite, it might sound a bit clearer in Discord. If you right click on my name in Discord, you can actually turn the volume up.
Oh, Swifty, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Has Bob got a demanding cat?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I hear both of yous fine.
I hear Bob clear as a bell. That was my first and last dribble of the night, people. Completely missed it. Yeah, like I said, I think they need to look at some of the sci-fi stuff and really try and take...
Shift drive charging.
It's not hard, is it? Got my own cat problems. I don't think it's hard to look at something that you love and try and take... 1 second, please. I don't think it's hard to sit and look at something that you really like, i.e. sci-fi or whatever, and create something based off the back of other things. I'm not saying copy it, but like I've said, the people at FDev, they seem to just create what they want and then to stick a spoiler on it. I don't mind the option of a spoiler if somebody really wants it, but you can't tell me that's progress in a game. It smells to me, I've said it before, it smells to me like someone who doesn't like their job. It's got, you know, I'll throw a spoiler on it. Oh, there's something really fishy about it all to me. Just a lot of the things in the game, like, they change things that really don't need changing, and then they cancel other things. You know, this whole... I nearly said Genosis. I've been listening to too much Down to Earth. This whole Gnosis palaver, which they haven't apologised for, even though it's been covered in Kotaku, it's been covered on IGN, it's been covered on other things where people are saying, hey, your player base is really, really pissed off with you. And they're just doing nothing. They're sitting down like, we don't care. You know, we're taking this ship where we want to take the ship, and damn everybody else. But that just, to me, even if you have this perfect vision in the future of what you want your business to be, you've still got to appease people at times. You have to do it. You know, when somebody tells me, when I worked in a restaurant, if somebody tells me they want their steak well done, or they tell me they want to put ketchup on the fresh lasagna that the chef's made, I don't withhold the ketchup from them. Might not be my idea of how things should be, but you've got to bend over sometimes and just do things that you don't want to do. Don't know where that came from. I have never.
Can you hear me now, Swifty?
Yeah, what was the cat complaining, Bob?
No, he's still muffled. I tried wing 2.
I tell you what, Bob, if it doesn't work at the moment, we can kind of we'll use the chat box for now. But I don't know where the problem is. I've run out of ideas.
I can still hear you when I've dropped out of the wing chat. Hang on a second.
That's because you haven't muted me in Elite. What you want to do is, in Elite, you want to go into your messages box and then go across to the settings and where it says auto enable wing voice, you want to turn that off.
Right, I've muted you in wing now.
Okay, so that
No.
I can still hear you because you're on Discord.
Swifty,
Yeah, can you hear me?
can you hear me now, Swifty?
Oh, hang on a second. I haven't. Ah, hang on a minute. Bob, can you hear me? I know what Bob's problem is. Okay, so let's have a look. Just give us a second, people. We're just going to sort this out for Bob. He needs to go in his settings. In Discord, and change the audio to your speakers.
Well, you fix this. I'm going to get a beer.
Okay, I've got it. I know what he's not doing, Brian. He's not putting his audio settings in Discord. To your speakers.
Can you hear me, Swifty? Roger.
Oh, your headphones, actually. That should work. Right, sorry people, I've been not paying attention to you. What private group you currently in? Swifty the Lave group? No, Fractal, I mean, sorry, Fractal, it took so long to reply. I'm in my own private group, so if you want to add me in game, my name is Swifty78, just under status there, Swifty78. And if you add me in game, I will invite you to the private group. No problem. Okay. Sorry, Jess. I'm gonna go back over some things. It does look lazy. Doesn't surprise me. I don't think it's a Gnosis debacle. I think the whole thing's just a debacle. I've said, Kathina, how long have I been saying this fucking thing's a runaway train? I'm sorry I swore there, but jeez Louise, it gets me annoyed because these people get paid. System, that's why. So let's have a look, see what we're looking at here. Oh yeah, I have to fly away from the star here. Let's just check. I'm gonna get this sorted for Bob because yeah, okay, click on the wheel, no? Okay. Right, okay, let's go back to that. So, let's go up a little bit. I'm still working on it, people. Just one. San Marco's still running the show. Yep, absolutely. Did they fix the Crusader yet? Probably not. The Gnosis debacle, absolutely. Brian, you need to fly out into the black if possible.
Anywhere in particular?
No, you do. Can you hear me, Bob?
Hear you.
Oh, fantastic.
Loud and clear.
Fantastic.
Is it
Thank you,
fixed?
excuse me. Thank you, Brian. At last.
No, I didn't even think about changing the settings in Discord until you actually couldn't hear me because it didn't make sense.
Well, I've never touched those settings. I didn't even know they existed until you told me about them.
It should automatically find your soundboard, but it doesn't always.
Right. Are you?
It might have been in one of the Windows updates because I had a similar thing. I thought I had to buy a new microphone, well, headset, because Bob couldn't hear me, and then I went into my settings and one of the updates had turned like everything off.
Yeah, actually, well, Discord has a daily update, so it's probably something to keep in mind.
But what was strange was I could hear Brian loud and clear, but I couldn't hear you. You know, you were terribly distorted, so that's what was throwing us as well.
The distortion comes from Elite because it automatically puts a distortion on, but yeah, I don't. Maybe hearing Brian loud and clear, it's a bit strange.
Yeah, but anyway, it's working fine now.
I'm just special.
Okay, it's lazy. It is. It's very lazy. We have your money now. Hang on, I'm just gonna take a couple of seconds to go back over chat because I've been ignoring everyone.
Okay,
Hello, Commander Corvus Corax
how's the
Nevermore.
exploring group, Brian?
All is well. Good. That's good. Brian has a beer. That's always good. Hello, Malcolm. Well, welcome in. Which one, Kathina? Because now it's changed. But yeah, I have it. My settings of the music are a little bit. They're a little bit better now. I've tried to find the correct volume of the music versus my voice. Temperamental. I guess. Yeah, Jess drinks nothing but the best. Colt 45 as he goes. Right, in this system, Brian, we're supposed to be looking for a string of stars. So I'll read it to you. 1 second. Let me get my info tab up. Yeah, so there should be a linear star cluster somewhere, which is quite long, so it should go in a pretty much a straight line. You might have to go into your external camera to see it. Oh, I see it. Can you see it? I can see it. So you need to position your camera as though Barnard's Loop is centre right. And on that, while you search for it, Brian, Bob can't because he's out of range of it, I think. But while you search for it, I'll just grab a whiskey. Just gonna grab a whiskey, people. 2 seconds.
Guinness as well.
Oh, thanks for the reminder, Brian. People, I am running a special on the chair. If you want to make a donation to the stream, you can. You could donate through Patreon, or you could donate as a one-off thing through Streamlabs. You just need to click on the tip jar on my thing there, just where it says bag at the bottom, right? And that'll all go towards getting the chair together. This one's alright, I don't mind it. Right, let me just pour this Guinness to maximum perfection.
Next system en route.
And then we'll off. It's a tiny bit there.
Will it bother you if I use voice attack?
No, not really. Don't worry, Bob. Everybody loves to listen to your dulcet tones anyway. I'm not even joking. I think you've got some fans in stream.
I'm embarrassed now.
So, Bob, tell us a story of how the hell you managed to get 1,000 light years ahead of us.
I don't know, I've just been plodding on in the evenings.
Somebody had an itchy jump trigger.
No, I've been scanning. In fact, 2 or 3 systems back, I found an Earth type orbiting a gas giant.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I would, if I were you, I wouldn't go further than where you are now. Well, maybe a bit further, but you're reaching. I don't know. Well, you haven't got the stream on, but if you watch the stream later, you're approaching a cluster of systems, like a big cluster of systems that I've got quite a lot of bookmarks in. So I can send you my list. But it doesn't make a lot of sense, my list, because everything's all over the place, but I know it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense to everybody else.
It's up to you. I don't mind. Yeah, that would be good. I'll try and sort something out with it. My aim is to head towards Colonia. Apparently you have to mine 10 tons of osmium, and then you can go to that engineer that does your fuel scoops. I just thought I'd do that and then start heading out towards the core.
Alright, okay. Sounds like a plan. Slowly, where did you hear slowly catch your monkey, Brian?
No, I was just saying that's what Bob should be doing. Can you post me the next thingy with Bob?
I can. It's the same, actually. Not the same number. Not the same. Fucking hell. Let me get my tongue in. It's not the same number, but it's the same system thing, I think. Hang on. So yeah, you just need to change it to V970 and then Scorpio afterwards. Right, now just need to go to Galaxy Map to make sure I haven't got it set to minimum settings, because we've had it set to minimum settings. I do apologise to anybody who I was swearing there. I know not all people like it. Sorry about that. Okay,
Apparently, I have been here before.
You've been there? Wow.
Well, it says it's. I can look at the system.
Alright. I was just thinking there, I was like, I had it in economical mode. But what I'm going to probably do is I'll do... Without economic, it's 4 jumps. So I think I'll do 3. I'll replot it and then see what it's like, if not 1. So I'm looking for about a 10 system... about 10 system jump range.
What do you think is here?
I'd have to check it, Brian. What was it?
Aliens.
I can't even remember what the jump name was. 970. Okay, 1 second. There's a reason I'm visiting everywhere, but I've not looked up the information because I don't want to spoil it. Give me a second, I'll tell you roughly. If you want to look it up on your own part, that's fine, but I'll give you the rough estimate of what's there.
Well, I know exactly what's
It's a stellar remnant. It's a stellar remnant.
Well, do you want me to spoil it for you? Because I'm not sure this is what you think it is.
Well, I don't know what it is, but I'm just kind of... One of the things I wanted to do was kind of... You know what I'm like, I go out and scan every system and whatnot. So, I just kind of want to go to each spot and do a few jumps in between and cache some data, really.
Well, I mean, we can go there, but I mean, unless the positioning of the objects that are there is in a certain way, it probably won't be too spectacular. But if they are in the right position, what is there could be damn marvellous.
Ah, well, then there's a job for you. Why don't you can be a scout? You know, like when you make a documentary film, you have a location scout.
Dip, 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 right.
How much am I getting paid for this? Yeah, I mean, I'll go there. It says I've been here before. I can't remember it, to be honest with you, but apparently I can look at the system map, so I must have been there.
Alright, Jess, sorry you can't stick around, but nice to have you in.
Although I will say, one of the things that's there on the map does seem to be quite active. No, I'm not going to spoil it.
I'm kind of working it out what you mean anyway. Yeah, and I mean that's the type of thing that I'm looking for. Instead of, you know, somebody came into the stream a while ago complaining that I was just jumping and scanning, and we all kind of knocked the person back, but I actually had a thought about that and thought, yeah, actually it is a bit boring and I should try and at least, even if it's only intermittently, add a few things to the jump and scan.
Well, to be fair, that is pretty much what Elite is, jump and scan. If you want to break it right down to the basics.
There are some places to look at though.
Yeah, but you've still got to
Are
scan
you
it
off,
to find
Smitty?
it.
You do. You do. Oh.
I mean, don't get me wrong, if you don't scan the system, you can eyeball it and you can find everything that's there, but yeah, it's bloody hard.
But on that note, I've just jumped into what looks like a good system. It might not be. No, it's not. 872 is our maximum, so we're gonna get them. We're gonna get these 3, I think. Alright, Smitty, well thanks for joining in anyway. Have a really good night, or good evening, or good afternoon, and a good meeting. I don't know, you've tuned in a few times, Kathina. if you need me to strip down it, I could do it, but I'm not going to promise that you're going to be impressed. Well, you might be impressed, but I can't guarantee it.
Ooh, what's that?
It's a water world.
Might be terraformable. Just the region.
Actually, a terraformable water world is more salivating than an Earth-like because it's worth 20,000 more.
Yeah, but an Earth-like's got all that land mass.
How do you remember all these prices I just scanned?
I have a cheat sheet next to me.
Right.
Oh yeah, Swifty's a dirty hacker.
It's not an exact formula, Bob, but it's pretty close. So for a terraformable water world, you'll get 695,000, give or take.
Can I say one thing about this? It depends a lot on the size of the planet as well.
Generally,
the bigger the planet, the more you'll get.
You're absolutely right. I think those values are based on a minimum, I think.
Or the average or something like that, but yeah.
Earth-like world, you get 670, which is standard. It doesn't matter the mass, as far as I'm aware. And Ammonia world's 410, same situation. High metal content is 420. And a terraformable rocky body, which I've never come across, is 285. Yeah, I think they're in K-stars more than anything.
I've came across 2 in the time I've played the game. But the thing I like to find the most is the water giants. They're very rare, you hardly see them. They're not worth a lot compared to like water worlds and Earth-likes, but because they're so rare, I like to find them.
Yeah, Marshall's actually pushed me towards them in chat before, or he's pushed me towards planets that he thinks could be them. The interesting one is actually just water worlds in general, as in the normal water worlds. They are worth 150 grand standard, so they are worth scanning regardless, I think.
I think it is nice to point out, in case there's any newer people in the channel, that this is with the advanced planet scanner thing.
Ah yeah, with the advanced, no, the detailed surface scanner.
Oh, detailed. You know what I meant.
No, I did. I was just clarifying it for anybody watching.
I just like to be surprised when I had the data.
The other ones is white dwarfs are worth 35, neutrons are worth 55, and black holes are worth 60. The thing that actually surprises me sometimes is I used to have a formula for where I would scan planets, and it actually worked pretty much brilliantly until I got the cheat sheet and changed my attitude. But now I think I actually scan less. Sorry, not scan less. I think I make less.
Yeah, you probably make less because you're scanning a lot more or less on average, whereas you're only looking for key things, so you wouldn't scan certain planets which might turn out to be terraformable or, you know, whatever. They could turn out to be better than what you thought, whereas if you just skip them, you're missing out on all that potential. So even if only 1 in 5 or 1 in 6 of those become terraformable, if you've jumped to, say, 1,000 systems on your journey and there's like systems with like 10, 20, 30, 40 planets, that's potentially a metric crap ton you could miss out on.
Yeah, and I mean, it's my own personal opinion, but I think F-stars produce the best results. Whether it doesn't matter what you're looking for. Apparently, K-stars produce more Earth-like planets, but there's so much shit in them.
To the number of stars in game, there's more K-stars than F-stars. Whereas there's more F-stars than K, but M's are cooler, so they hold less chance, percentage-wise.
But I tend to it's interesting you say that, Marshall. Marshall just said in the in Wing chat, well, not in Wing, he sent me a direct message saying he had one system with 5 terraformable planets and 2 of them were rocky bodies, which were moons. And that actually goes along with something I was thinking this afternoon, because I've never found a terraformable moon. But that's probably where the terraformable rocky bodies are hiding.
Never found a terraformable rocky moon. I found the rocky worlds, like 1 or 2. And obviously you'll get your binary high metal content terraformable and water worlds or earth lakes. You find them, but I've never found a terraformable moon. Damn.
Well, actually, I'm not going to get paid for it, but I've actually just found a heavy metal world with a water world as its moon in the system I'm in now.
Well, when you say moon, you're probably just looking at it because that's the bottom planet, but that doesn't mean it's moon. The moon is the smaller planet no matter where it is.
But I thought if it's 2 planets just in close contact, they're generally connected by the upper line, and if it's a moon, it's the lower line.
Could be a boundary system.
You still need to take into account the mass of each body. So, like, the Earth and the Moon, obviously the Earth is bigger, more mass than the Moon, but if you switched them on the map because of the orbital period, that would make the Moon the main body and the Earth the Moon.
Correct.
I get you. Okay. But if this high metal content is the heavier body, then the moon would be the satellite, wouldn't it? Sorry, the water world would be the satellite, wouldn't it?
Theoretically, yes. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's a win-win situation for you.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to think, because I would suppose that, well, we don't, I suppose we don't know because we've never really been to enough planets, but I would suppose the one with more mass has more magnetic attraction, so the smaller one would automatically become
More
the satellite.
gravity. But remember, flat earthers don't believe in gravity, so that's that fuction, yeah.
I'd love to meet a flat earther. I really would. It's
Okay,
not
I'm
just the Earth,
closing in
Brian.
this
It's not just the Earth. Everything in existence works in circles and globes in one form or another. Everything. So it makes sense that planets are planets are the shape that they are, not circular.
But Swifty, because you cannot prove this yourself, prove this, that means that you're wrong and the Earth must be flat.
It doesn't, because in
That's their argument. That is what their argument is, because you personally cannot prove it.
Ah,
You're
right,
wrong.
yeah. Well, it's the same.
Even though you know it's real, but because you can't yourself fly up into space and take a picture of the Earth, well, you're talking crap, basically.
And it's on the back of a giant tortoise.
You do, Fractal. You're absolutely right. You do.
Then there's the dome with the firmament, with the sun and the moon inside the dome. Well, if they're inside the dome,
it's
why is there
terraformable.
water on Earth?
That's a strange one. I'm going to go on to this because this might be terraformable as well, so it's probably worth it. You know, the thing is that I think we're starting to go backwards, because I think as a civilization, because I always think that I love a good conspiracy. I really, really do. I genuinely love to look into conspiracies, but the majority of the time I will read a conspiracy or watch something about one, and within 20 minutes there's so many holes in the argument that I'm like, oh no, this can't be true. But conspiracy reminds me of either witch hunting, or in a lot of groups that live in forests, when they point the finger and say that person's the devil and everybody kills that person. That's where I always think that conspiracies go to. I mean, I'm of the opinion, truthfully, that I think the moon landings, the original ones, may have been staged. They may have been staged because there was a big arms race at the time, but I don't know it.
Well, it is possible that they could have been staged, but if they were staged, there wouldn't be like fucking sensors on the moon that we every day send beams of light to that reflect back to the Earth, so we can actually measure the distance between things, you know. So like, if they weren't there, we wouldn't be able to do that. So if they are there, we must have been there to put them there.
But I mean, we could have gone afterwards.
Oh well. I see what you're saying, yeah.
What I mean is they were in a massive arms race at the time, so I always think when you're in an arms race or a war situation, you know, in England, I say England, I'm going to revise myself because I'm sat here with someone from Scotland and Wales. In Great Britain during the Second World War, we had inflatable tanks, so that the Germans would think we had more than we actually had. You know, in wartime, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, but if you're claiming that you've been to the moon and you're faking that, right? If you've got like Russia and like Japan that can obviously, I mean, Russia was in the space race. They obviously could see things and like with telescopes. So like, surely if the Americans didn't go to the moon and said, "Oh, we've been to the moon," surely the Russians would have been calling bullshit. You didn't go anywhere.
Well, they didn't know. I mean,
they did swiftly.
They were in the
tracking it from back.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, I suppose. I don't know.
They were relaying the messages from Jodrell Bank.
Right. Okay. I don't know about the radio messages. It was just my opinion of what happens, like during war, with smoke and mirrors and everything. I always think about the Egyptians and how, if it wasn't for the Romans, we would have so much more knowledge about the Egyptians. But the Romans came along and said, "No, we're the most important people on the planet, so we're just going to get rid of all that history." And now we don't know as much about the Egyptians as we should do.
Yeah, but that's true for everything, because the victor always writes the history, don't they?
Well, exactly, yeah. So that's why I always kind of look at things with a slight conspiracy eye. Oh no, Malcolm, you're saying it.
They blew fucking cheese and we could be in the Matrix.
The moon's made of cheese, isn't it?
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, of course it is.
No, Malcolm, you're saying what Brian... Yeah. I actually remember watching that when it first ever aired. Kind of show my age a little bit.
Brilliant.
Right, have you done the forward party scouting, Brian? Right, I'm gonna try and find him.
Right, was that you in system, yeah?
I've just dropped in, yeah.
Right, so the first thing you'll see is the sun is pretty big. It's a lot bigger than our sun. I think the main thing on this is the second neutron star on this system map.
Oh wow, yeah, I can see
active.
the neutron star. I can see it. It's massively active.
I mean, I'm sitting at 3.58 light seconds. It's not active as in it's not having a spasm or a fit, but it is extremely bright and large. You can see the actual compacted dead star glowing and the rays shooting off it, and then you've got like the big light background behind it. It's quite big, but I mean it's not having a fit like you see some neutrons with a big massive cone burst freaking out all over the place.
Just Kathina, I'm listening to you, Brian. I've taken it on board. I'm just reading something that Kathina said, and she has a point. Mr. Spoon went to the moon 1,000,000 times. he only ever went there to perv on the next door neighbour's washing.
On the couch and over the moon.
The main star, Brian. Sorry, sorry, give us a second. The B star. That's the biggest one, isn't it? Well, it's the one with the most mass. Is that the one that you were saying you can scan from distance?
I'm at the second neutron. So, like, see on the solar map, it's like not the solar map, the system map, it's the bottom one. It looks a hell of a lot more active than the other one.
Okay. I didn't scan the other one, that's all. I should have probably scanned it when I passed it, but never mind.
I didn't bother scanning it either.
Okay.
So on the system map, it looks like it's got like bursts. You know how
yeah, well,
like,
I've got you targeted anyway, so I'll just head on over to you. I'm just a bit miffed that I didn't scan that as I passed it, but does that give me a jump to the next system, or?
Is Katina back in stream, Swifty?
Sorry?
Is Katina back in stream?
Yeah, she's been around tonight. I don't know if she's still with us. I'm guessing she is.
Greetings, Katina.
Greetings, Earthling.
Live long and prosper.
Next system en route.
Now, I want to clarify that I'm not doubting that we visited the moon. There's just something about the first visit that, I don't know, it feels like during an arms race, and a lot of the evidence that the non-believers put forward, kind of, some of it ties in with the arms race thing. So I've often, there's the Kennedy assassination, actually his brother's assassination as well, that I've just always questioned as to whether they were true or not. As Bob says, the history is written by the victors. But that's what a lot of conspiracy people say.
Swifty, you could take these conspiracy theorists to the moon and show them the bits and pieces that were left there by the astronauts, and they still wouldn't believe it.
Well, I know that's the thing. I've seen the curvature of the Earth with my own eyes when I've been at a high level with a...
No, you have not. That's an optical illusion. It doesn't.
Alright, okay, sorry.
That's what they would say. You could show them a picture of it in their face and they would try to explain it, because if you use a bridge as a focal point and then you see the curve with the water relative to the bridge, they'll say, oh, but it's because you're at this angle, or you're using a fisheye fucking lens. It's like, seriously, come on.
I don't know, because I don't know whether they get that scientific about it, that's the thing.
Some of them do. Go onto YouTube and just do a few searches and you'll find some of them that are actually quite intelligent and try to like disprove claims, but when they actually get hit with like facts that they cannot dispute, they just then basically go into basically saying, well, you can't prove that that's a fact, so it doesn't exist. It's like saying, I can't see the wind, so it doesn't exist, but I can feel the effect of the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, so it must exist.
Malcolm, he wasn't trained.
They try to say gravity is buoyancy.
I'll come back to it. He wasn't trained. He wasn't trained. However, the actual shot he took was really easy. It wasn't a big distance, and it wasn't difficult to do. I honestly think the biggest thing that the major conspiracy theories have is that he didn't have time to make as many shots as he did. That's the biggest conspiracy theory.
To be true.
He totally could have made the shot. You know, there's snipers that say you and me, your mother, whoever had a gun, could have made the shot. The big question that a lot of people have over it is that whether he could have reloaded and got other shots off. That's the biggest question by a lot of people. But even, I mean, I've seen an ex-CIA agent in a discussion about it, and he admitted that there was holes in the story, and he's been to the book depository. He's actually been there and been in the exact position. He just said, you know, there's just things about it which don't make sense, and that's not to say it's a total conspiracy, but oh, hang on, where's Brian? Trying to horn in on him. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They're saying that from that angle... I was
just supercharging my FSD.
Ah, okay, I thought you were getting the bow tie into position. What I was trying to say, Malcolm, is that you're absolutely right in what you're saying, because they were saying that the shot wasn't difficult. The shot is totally doable. I don't care who says it isn't. Jesse Ventura was saying, oh, this is totally impossible, but true Marine snipers have said, no, this is easy. Hunters have said it's very easy. Hunters have said, I've been there, and if that was an elk or a boar, it would be so easy. The biggest thing that everybody said is that the time of the shots is really close with that gun as to what was actually possible. That doesn't mean it was impossible, it means that they think it was difficult. Ah, well, the magic bullet's another one, because a lot of people, even the snipers, have said, well, to be honest with you, if a bullet had gone through two people, there's no possible way it would come out in that shape. No possible way. And I agree with that. When a bullet hits anything, it changes shape. So even if it glances something, it completely changes shape. You know, if it glances my arm through skin, it will change shape. It will change direction, and then it will change shape. And that's one of the things that a lot of snipers have admitted. They say, you know what, I don't understand anything, but I know that the magic bullet is really strange. Oh, I've scanned it. I guess I've scanned it. Okay, so, well, the whole point of coming here was that we could see this this bow tie phenomenon. Let me just have a look at this. I don't know where we have to be. Ah, it's there. Ah, okay, so okay, I get it. Right, it's not that magnificent, Brian, it's that this is not the correct star to be at. Oh, it doesn't just spread factual, it seriously changes shape. You wouldn't believe. I've shot bullets and I've collected them. And I've had bullets that have missed a tin can, and you can see the effect of the tin can, and they just miss it. You can see the effect in the bullet. But if regardless of who the magic bullet hit, it hit somebody, and it should have. We're playing Elite Dangerous and talking about John F. Kennedy's murder, but well, you know. It was a very strange time in the 60s and 50s. You wouldn't believe what the CIA were doing in those times. You wouldn't even believe it. To believe anything that came from the government at that time, I know it's a bit kangaroo-ish. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Fractal, is I've shot a bullet that missed a tin can.
Never mind then, don't believe what the government tell you nowadays. Especially the British one.
Yeah, especially about Brexit. I love it. I'm living in a foreign country. There's no way I'm going to ever give up my British citizenship. Never. But there's talks of here in Spain, they're saying, oh, you'll have to renounce your British citizenship and take up Spanish. No way. I'd rather go back to England and then they're going to have to find me a job that actually fits in with my job that I have here.
Good luck with that, because that won't happen. I'm just glad I've got a British passport.
Well, I'll claim asylum. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm dead serious. If I have to go, if I have to return to England,
back, but you wouldn't get a job because there's no jobs.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm playing at. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to repatriate someone, you've got to find something that's close to what they do. And they won't call it repatriation. They'll call it something else. But at the end of the day,
they'll call it bending you over and shafting you and taxing the hell out of you while they do it. Are you going back to scan the sun?
I'm going back to try and get the bow tie effect.
Alright. It might have been quicker jumping the system than jumping back.
It might have actually. You've got a point actually. Oh, hang on, I see the bow tie.
Not now.
I don't know if this fits anymore. Have they fixed this as well? I'm trying to get the sun and the bow tie into alignment.
You've got to remember, it depends on the orbit period, so you might be at the wrong time.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Because a lot of people will sit at a place and do like a time lapse where they can just sit there for hours, 2, 3, 4, 10 a day to get that one sequence.
Are you talking about Bob?
No, I don't know if Bob does this. Bob, do you do this?
No, he doesn't do that. I know he doesn't. He's got cats to look after. I don't know if Bob's with us.
He's a bit quiet.
Right, I'm gonna look for the next spot then. Give us a second.
I've got one to look after, did you say?
You've got a cat, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, I've got 2 cats.
Oh, you've never told me you're a cat lover. I'm a cat lover.
I like cats, but they're my wife's cats, really. The one only bothers me when...
I'm guessing she's out of earshot.
She is. The one only wants me when he wants to be fed, and the other one is 21 years old.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's Dusty.
I'm soft when it comes to cats. I've got 2. They're both rescued as well, and they're both selfish as hell.
Cats always are. They only want you when they want feeding.
No, they do. They sound like all my ex-girlfriends. Right, okay. I'll send you the link, Brian. I'll be 2 seconds. We've kind of got a straight line of places now.
Well, I'm doing a maximum jump because I've got a neutron boost, 300.
Yeah, well, I think it'll be a maximum anyway.
What, like 1 jump to the next point?
I think I've got like 2, but I haven't I haven't done the... Oh, for fuck's sake. I can't get my words out tonight. I haven't overran the frame shift drive yet. I'm sure once I have, I can jump a long way.
But you've not boosted it or you've not engineered it?
I've not boosted it. However, it's not showing as an option to boost, which is strange.
You've got a neutron right there.
I know.
Boost.
It's really strange. It's not showing as an option. I'm gonna boost it and then I'll jump. But it's not actually showing as an option, which is really, really strange. Right, okay, so you just change it to... Oh, no, hang on. I've made an upsie. I'm gonna change this. 1 second. Okay, I hope I haven't scared you off, Malcolm, with all that.
So all this time, Bob's sound problems was Bob's problem and not Swifty's problem.
No, I fixed it for Bob.
Yeah, but it was on his end, not yours, right?
Yeah, it was in my settings, Brian, and I apologise for that, but I was totally unaware of that settings down the bottom of the Discord.
So what was the issue? I was away when you fixed it.
Right.
Frame shift drive.
The cog settings at the bottom of Discord, on the bottom of the window, you can change your sound settings in there, and it was set to default rather than to my speakers. As soon as I put it to my speakers, it sounds perfect. But what I still can't understand is why I could hear you but not Swifty.
Yeah, that's a bit strange.
Yeah. But it's working fine now.
Where are we going now, Swifty?
I'm just setting it 1 second. I'm just really miffed because my jump range is 200 light years and it's still trying to make me just jump 68. I've had this problem before.
Are you doing frame shift boost or cone boost?
Cone boost.
Have you set it to active in your jump route?
Yep. As far as I know, I'm going to double check it.
See when you're in your planner, you know how you've got all your planets and then it's got apply to tab and it'll be lit up. Try unapplying it then reapplying it. Because sometimes when I like take worlds out like K's and M's and whatever, I'll still jump to one of these worlds and I'm like, why am I jumping to an M world? I've taken that out, so sometimes you need to reapply the filter list.
No, I've done that. There's a big straight line in it, but it's still got one stop-off point. It's really strange. I'll just set it myself. It's gonna be, yeah, it's within the range. I think it is. I think it is anyway. 259. Yeah, it's within the range. Oh, but I don't want to go there, that's why. Let me just take a second. I'm going to take a deep breath and then I'm going to send you the actual route. Alright, so we've got this one. We're going to take that one off. We're going to delete that. One of the reasons I had a lot of deletes is that... Is it?
So are you heading in this general direction?
Yeah, but we're really slow moving.
Well, to be fair, we've done nothing but economy jumps for like a night and a half, and you had a night off.
Alright.
I don't mind the term economal.
Economal?
Economal jumps. Okay, we are going to, let me check.
Did I just like invent a new word here?
Yeah,
I like
but
it.
it's acceptable.
Carnival.
HD 160-167. Hotel Delta 160-167.
Frameshift drive charging.
Is this like what, 54 light years away?
Yep, unfortunately.
Shoot.
I know, it feels like a rip-off.
Apparently I've been here before as well.
Don't worry, Fractal, I will catch up. I'm just a little bit behind.
Oh. Have you been here before, sir?
I don't think so.
Fuel scooping.
Well, I can look at the system map, so I must have been here, and yeah, it's interesting.
Right, let's see what we've got.
You can show that in your galaxy map if you put on.
Oh, we've got a lot of stuff here. This is a money system. Well, not a total money system, but it is.
It's not really a money system.
I don't know. There's what?
Have you looked at system map yet?
Yeah. It's a sun system. Right, give us a second.
I just found a ring.
What do you mean you're surprised, Kathina?
Thanks.
HD 160-167. HD 160-167.
Scooping complete.
Who has so little faith in me? Right, let's have a look. Has this system even been read? I'm sure it has. Right, okay, these are all stars. Okay, there's nothing terraformable for sure. Okay, right, let's get these scanned. What were you so excited about then, Brian? The size?
No, it's just like the general makeup of the system. I mean, you don't normally come into a system and you've got all these like dwarf stars and ring dwarf stars and then your main stars, then black hole and 2 neutron stars. I mean, you don't jump into this very often.
No, you don't. I mean, that's why I said the star system, because it's just,
It's
apart
not
from the gas
valuable.
giants.
I wouldn't say it's valuable like scanning wise, but you know, for what's here, you don't really. I mean, what's that? A bloody M star in the middle of all those L dwarfs? That should not be there.
I don't know. I don't know enough about astrophysics to know
Yeah,
that.
but L dwarfs are so cold, right?
All right.
And
Okay.
your T dwarfs are cold, so you've got. See that middle run? You've got an L dwarf, T dwarf, T dwarf. Then you've got an M star, then L dwarf, L dwarf. That M star should not be there.
Okay. Let me go back to the stream. 2 seconds.
Or am I just being stupid?
No. 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 I'm sat here questioning myself. No, not anything else. Let's have a look. Malcolm, I'll get to it in a second. I'm just gonna get behind this thing because you can't see it otherwise. If I don't get behind it, there's no way anybody's actually gonna see it. I can see the universe shifting around it, but I can't actually see it in itself. I'm not, Kathina. I really want that extra 4 slot in a DBX. I really, really do. I mean, in total honesty, I really, really do. But how are we doing this game of rigmarole here? Christ, I'm stuck here too. I've never seen... Is this the smallest black hole in the game?
I don't know about that. I don't know what the small... What's your average size for a black hole?
Well, I don't know, but it doesn't... I think I've been here before, to be honest, but it doesn't... Nothing gets warped by it.
Well, it says it's 3.668 solar masses. So that's not exactly small. That's 3.5 times the size of your sun.
Yeah, you'd think so, but when I get close to it, it doesn't do anything. I've actually been here before. I've scanned all of these. I didn't realise I had.
Well, when you look at your galaxy map, if you can look at the system map, that pretty much means you've been there before.
Yeah, but you're talking like I play this game a lot.
Yeah, but if you're in galaxy map, plotting a route and where you're going, you can already look at the system map.
Oh, you think? You've got you've got to remember, honestly, when I was plotting this route, I was just putting everything in. I didn't even look at it.
Yeah, I'm not talking about you planned this and you know you've been here so you're coming back, but when you're plotting the route to like for example, see your next jump, if you put your next jump and you copy and paste it into the map, and then instead of being readied out the system thing, it's grey. Well, you know you've been here before because it's grey, you've scanned it.
Player EOHM.
Excellent.
1 second, Brian. I'll send you the next one. QY. Is it 10.4? Yes. Okay, so, okay, 10.4. Okay, people. 1 second. Just trying to put these things. Okay, Brian, I'll put it in Discord. There you go. 7 jumps. 7 jumps is alright. Okay, let's get back to chat if I can. Oh, it doesn't? I didn't know that. I always thought it did the stars. It doesn't Sajay, I'm sure.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, chat. Let's have a quick look. Sorry, people. If you read Lee Harvey Oswald's bio, that's one of the things, Malcolm. I don't know who said he was a competent sharpshooter. And I'm going to be honest, if you're in the Marines, you have to be a bloody good shot to get in the Marines. It's not, I'm going to be honest, it's not quite the SAS. It really isn't, but it truly isn't far off. You know, if you want to be in the Marines, it's not 100% difficult, but And you also we don't know the time passage. So what I mean by the time passage is somebody can be an excellent shot at one time when they're receiving training and feedback, as opposed to when they're not. But I'm not. Like I say, it's not something that I sit there and say he didn't do it. It's one of the things where I sit there personally and say there's a lot of questions. Robert Kennedy's, there's even more questions than John F. Kennedy's. In John F. Kennedy's, there's a lot of physical evidence, but in Robert Kennedy's, there's just so many, like, how the hell did it happen? There was so much security detail that night because of his brother. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody turned around and said, "Oh, it was the mob that did it." It wouldn't surprise me. You know, people say, "Oh, it's too complicated for the mob." It's not too complicated for anybody to commit murder at all. It's not out of the law of the mob to do it. It really isn't. At that time in American history, that place was so crazy. Oh, and by the way, if you invest in the stock market, anybody buy Tesla stock today? It's half price apparently. Have either of you seen the Elon Musk thing that's going on at the moment?
What?
You know, do you know who Elon Musk is?
Oh yeah. Is that not like SpaceX dude?
Yeah, kind of. He smoked marijuana at the weekend, and the company's stock fell.
Completely out of context.
Yeah, I've seen it. I was watching it at the time because I watch every stream that Joe Rogan does. So I was watching it at the time when it fell. But what really got me is he didn't even inhale it. So Bill Clinton gets off with an impeachment saying that, but he seems to lose 40% or 60% of his company's stock.
That's because drugs are bad. Okay.
I like that one, Kathina. Oh, I thought that was a good system. There's so many suns. Was there something in the early days of Elite that I've missed? Because I've noticed that a million systems, the suns are scanned, but nothing else is.
A lot of that's probably people like buckyballing, jumping, not scanning anything, like Beetle Point runs or whatever.
Oh, do you really think that somebody would never have looked for an Earth-type world or something?
You get people out there that if anything's like over 400 light seconds, they will not scan it. It's an Earth-like or a potentially terraformable water world or whatever. They just won't do it because it's that far out.
But I scanned a water world earlier that was like 300 light seconds.
Yeah, some people just don't care. That's extra time it takes on their journey.
I wondered if it was FDEF people who'd already been through there.
Probably had a stroppy passenger that wanted to get somewhere quickly.
If it's people, that would be on the test server, and that would be mirrored to the live server, so it wouldn't be discovered on live.
I've got G-Class. We can go G-Class. 872, that's too much. Right, people, I'm just going to have a toilet break. I'm just going to take a toilet break. I'll be right back in 2 minutes. You would. If you were truly trying to move on, that's exactly what you would do. Good for you, Fractal. Good for you. Seriously. I'm not being facetious.
Next system.
Stop trolling people, Casina. No, you're not. No, you're not. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna refill my whiskey. I should get whiskey sponsorship. Tonight's stream is brought to you by Deveron, aged 10 years. This is actually really good. I got this for 15 euros.
Here's a question, Swifty.
Go on.
Say you're a couple of systems behind me and I jump into a system that hasn't been tagged. Right, so I tag them all. Then you jump in. Would you see that as being unexplored, or would you see...
No. You would only see that as being tagged if you hand in the exploration data.
Yeah, you have to hand it in to claim it.
It would still be unexplored, so whoever hands it in first would get their name on the planet.
Right, so it's whoever hands it in first, is it?
Yeah, if you've ever seen, there's been sometimes in Discord, if I find a really good system, I blank the name out.
Right.
Just because if it's close to the bubble or something like that, you don't... it's not that I distrust you or Brian or somebody else. It's that somebody else might be looking at it and saying, well, I'm in that area, I can make some money out of that.
Right. So whoever puts the data in first, right?
What do you buy conspiracies?
I think I've just found a binary water world.
It's not that bad, Malcolm. But if you missed, because I don't know if the thing is, I don't know where people came in the conversation. What I was trying to get at is, I love a conspiracy story.
Oh, not a binary. It's not level.
But
Yeah,
I really don't believe many conspiracy stories.
I got a bit too excited there.
Oh, Malcolm's asking if Frankie Ball's in the stream.
Malcolm was what?
Malcolm lives in Scotland too. You can always meet him. You sound
I'm not.
you
I'm
sound
not
nothing
that
like
famous.
you sound nothing like him.
I really don't.
Fuel scooping.
Plus, I'm not ginger.
I was gonna say you make it sound like that's a bad thing, but you're a man, so yeah, it is.
Everything's a bad thing when you're a man.
Oh yeah. Right, G star. We're at 351. Oh,
Looks like there's 2 terraformable water worlds here, Swifty.
I don't know what system you're in because it's taken me on a different route by the looks of it. I don't actually know what Malcolm sounds like. He very rarely talks in his stream, and when he does, I'm not sure if it's just voices in my head.
Probably just voices in your head, buddy. I suppose we're slowly catching up to Bob.
Slowly but surely. Malcolm does have a stream if you've never watched it. He goes Thargoid hunting on a Sunday.
Yeah, I watched his stream after you told me about it.
Look at Bob there. Bob's underrated, people. Get your viewer numbers up.
Huh?
I'm just saying,
Sorry, Swifty.
Bob hangs around the elite community more than you think, Brian.
Does Bob have his own stream?
No, but he hangs around the community quite a lot.
Bob gets streaming.
I think Bob should have a stream, personally.
No way.
People say to me, I like your stream because it's really relaxed. I'm like, no, Bob needs a stream for relaxed people.
Swifty, how much of these metal-rich worlds with large metallic core, etc., these worlds are highly valued?
It's the ones that are terraformable. So when you go in your system map and you click on the actual planet, it'll say it's terraformable.
No, it's not terraformable. It's because the elements are so close to the surface. Or it says mining's there, therefore is very efficient. So these worlds are highly valued.
Is it a high metallic world?
Yeah, metallic.
So sorry, go on, Brian.
But they're pretty good for money wise.
Just for one.
But they're not. If they're not terraformable, they pay about.
No, he's not talking about the HMC terraformables. He's talking about the the metal rich worlds that are close to the star that look like a water world on your radar, but they're not water worlds. They're
Alright, okay, yeah.
metal rich.
Metal rich. They look like a water world with eyes and a mouth. That's how I always see them. When you look at them in your hologlobe. Yeah, but no, when you look at them in your hologlobe, they've got two eyes just to the right. They've got two eyes and a little mouth. They look like I always think of crocodile. They do.
No, not one of those.
No, they do. Honestly, it's a high metal world. I know what you mean. They do. They absolutely look like a water world, but they've got two little dots and a mouth. And I always just think crocodile or alligator. They're worth 80,000 if I remember right.
Well,
what they're better for is the landable ones that you get, because you do get them. They give better materials for your farming.
yeah, this is a landable one, Brian.
Yeah, well, that's what the bonus is in that. It will have more rare materials like potentially poloniums and mercuries and, you know, like stuff like that.
We're just curious to how much they were worth. That's all.
I've never seen a landable one.
You were on one the other night on stream.
No, that was just a regular high metal content,
No.
wasn't it?
No. Metal rich.
It's got silicate vapor geysers on it. 100% metal.
I don't think you get them. I think you get the other components, but
I'm just saying what it says in the description of the planet, that's all.
are those connected? Oh no, they're not. Okay. Hey Euphoric, how you doing? Just saying scanning next customer. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm trying to travel to... Shit, it's not terraformable. I'm trying to travel to locations here, people. It's gonna take a fucking million years, but... Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have a look at that then. When I next see one.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm gonna be honest, people. It could take us 1,000 years to get to the core. I'm not gonna deny it right now. What I will say is there's plenty of whiskey on tap, a little bit of beer.
Well, if we do economical jumps, yeah.
Even without. Oh no, I must be in system because you've dropped in as well, so.
Fuel scooping.
I've been here for about 5 minutes, Swifty.
A boo! Right, let's see. I thought you were Canadian for a second. Oh, I haven't put it in the thing. Alright, so I did because I saw it somewhere. There we go. Is this where you were talking about two terraformable water
Yeah, the
worlds?
first two is terraformable, the
Okay.
third is just high metal content, not terraformable.
Okie doke. Oh yeah, look at that.
But if you fancy the trip, B1 is terraformable.
How do you know? Because you've
Because
scanned
I've
it.
just scanned it.
Oh, you've just scanned it, okay. 21,000?
I'm going to scan number 2.
So Brian, are you going to shoot Swifty so that you can talk before it? So you can...
Collect everything.
No, I don't care about the money, Bob. I've got enough.
I'm only joking.
And who's Ray Star Smasher? Who the hell's that? Ray Star Smasher, who's that? Somebody's changing their commander name because I don't remember that name. Oh shit.
I'm just curious to see what this engineer can do for fuel scoops.
I wouldn't get excited because I don't think they do a lot.
No.
The engineers in Colonia have, I don't know why, but they kind of made it so that they're not as good as the ones in the bubble.
No. The Kelowna engineers are like a community goal. They're at level 1 and it depends on the community progress to unlock new levels.
Well, I thought, well, I'm out this way anyway, I might as well call in and find out what it's about. You can always pin a blueprint, can't you?
That's why it's me, Swifty. I know, in Discord,
Swifty.
I've got...
B2's terraformable.
Maybe it's worth going to... Marshall's saying that all you can do to the fuel scope is make it shielded, which just adds HP and power draw.
Yeah, which is pretty much useless because you can always repair it with an AFMU.
Okay, let's go. And what's Fractal's commander name, people?
Yeah, A1 and 2 are terraformable and B1 and 2 are terraformable. So I don't know if you want to do the 20,000.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do it. It doesn't take long.
B1's atmosphere is water, which is strange.
Usually when the atmosphere is water, the surface, the temperature is really high on them.
Oh, I can't watch. My phone's trying to send me
The
scores of the
atmosphere is
game.
99.9% water and 0.1% carbon dioxide.
Alright, I get you. Sorry, I was being silly there. Don't expect anything in stream because normally I've had a couple of drinks. It all goes downhill from there. And it ends with me shutting off the stream because I can't take it anymore. Pardon me. People have too higher expectations of this stream. So like this one thing, it's got a guitar. I should. I should drink more, you're right. I'm going to be honest, I got this whiskey from Andorra, so it's actually a very good whiskey for a very cheap price. You wouldn't believe how cheap.
Is it cheaper than a Dundee hooker?
Cheaper. I can guarantee that the whiskey in Andorra is cheaper than in Scotland. I don't know how they do it, but fuck me. I'm always surprised.
That's because whiskey in Scotland's taxed to the fucking hills.
Exactly. I got a 10-year-old whiskey. It's not the best. I mean, it tastes very good. I'm not going to deny it, but it's not the best. 15 euros, which is about 13.25. And then I got a 12-year-old bottle of Arbor for, I think it was 28 euros, which is about 25, 24. Oh yeah, you've got to love that deep space music. I'm going to be honest, Kathina, this music would have worked in the mountains I was walking this weekend. Jesus Christ. This weekend when I went walking is the hardest I've ever been challenged in my life. I've never wanted to give up more in my life than I wanted to. I didn't, but I wanted to. Jeez. I seriously, no words for it. It was so painful. I've got everybody else who's walking like it's a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, if it was possible, that would be how it is. I did, however, have a good thing happen this weekend. When I arrived at my original hotel, there was somebody with a baby who was looking for somewhere to stay, and the hotel owner, for some reason, had given them the room. I don't know why, because it was my room, but they had. And then I gave my room up and said, well, I'll go find another hotel. And then I found a hotel which was like 4 stars, so it's not selfish, not selfless. Playing air guitar, yeah. Brian, can you just confirm number 1 and number 2 are terraformable, yeah?
Aye.
Okay.
Or I could be lying to you. I'm only kidding, I'm not.
No, I don't think you are. I'll go with the rabid gerbil options for 40, Jim. I don't think they're going to deliver anything. I really don't.
Brian, did you tell Swifty about that ship you found stuck in the side?
I think that they actually are trying to lower attitudes. I really do. I wish I wasn't so pessimistic with them. I totally wish I wasn't, but I think they're going to lower expectations, and then closer to release they'll just release what they've got. So bad. It sounds so bad, but it's what I think they will do. Unfortunate. No, it's not. It's not. I don't think it is. I think that FDev believe, and this is my own personal opinion, and I'll put it out there before anybody else does, and I'll stand by what I think. I think they've got a captive audience. I believe that they believe that you are the Star Wars universe. I really do. I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. I really do think that they believe that. Why do I believe that? It's because of semi-experience, but I really do believe that they think we're a captive audience, and that's why I've said that I feel like it's a rudderless ship. It's a horrible... It's not... It's one of those situations where I sit there and I think, I don't want to be right about anything, but even before the whole... Right, hang on. Even before the whole Gnosis incident, I was trying to play it down in stream. If you go back and watch the streams, I was saying to people, don't expect a lot. I didn't know what they were going to do, but there was a feeling inside that said they were going to either sabotage it or just make the jump not the way it was supposed to be.
Frameshift drive charging.
And that's not me trying to say I'm right, that's me trying to say...
Ready to engage.
I don't know, I wanted to try and... I just didn't feel like it would go where it said it would. I said like either I felt that it would get pulled out of the jump or it would arrive. My hope was that it would arrive just before the locked region. That was my hope. Oh, it's K. M. Even.
You still there, Swifty?
I'm still here. I'm babbling on in stream. Sorry.
Sorry, mate.
No, it's okay. Right. Galaxy. There you go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sad that it was. I just knew that. When it said we were gonna jump into a region of 3 lock systems, that really piqued me. I was like, no, there's no way that they're gonna do that. Even with FDev's permission, it just didn't make sense. 3 regions, even if there was a Thargoid war, it didn't quite make sense. But I'll be honest, I didn't think they'd drop it out of the hyperdrive fucking 12 light years before. That feels ridiculous. But I don't think people are Kathina, that's the thing. I hope. I always think that elite dangerous players aren't stupid. Do you think though what you're saying brings up a theory in my head? It's only in my head, it's not a real theory. Do you think that people maybe only buy because they see people buying on Star Citizen? That people think it's acceptable? But what are they gonna buy? Spoilers? I don't...
Where are we going?
Oh crap, did I not send you it?
I don't know, I've just got back.
Okay, 1 second. No, that's not it. Gee. Sorry people, just trying to change something here. PW-N. PW-N. Come on. PW-N. Oh, it's there. Frig off. Blue THUA. Okay. AI-A. Okay. Alright. I-A. Alright, whatever. TA-A. C1410. C14-10. Okay. -10. I hate it when I'm doing this because all the
I'm sorry, it's my fault. Blame me.
What is?
Apparently I've been here before as well.
I think you followed this route from the start.
I just jumped to random locations, me. Hold on. Oh, I'm not going to tell you what's here.
Fuel scooping complete.
This has to be my last one, people. I'm sorry, but it does.
Charging.
Can't even see the phone correctly because I've had too many. I haven't even finished my beer. I will, but I haven't.
4, 3, 2.
Hey Swift, you seen the olden days when Seoul to Colonial was basically a one-way trip, there was nothing in between. See, recently stuff got added in between.
Right, yeah.
I think this might be one of those places.
Maybe I've been here before then.
I think there might be a planetary landable base.
4, 3, 2.
I don't think it's going to be realistic.
You what?
I was saying that I don't think that there's a landable base. Can't be here.
Why can't there be one?
Oh, okay, Hillary Depot. I've heard that name before. Why have I heard that name before? It wasn't in the flight plan, as far as I was aware. Let's have a look. Oh crap, I don't even know if I did it right this time. Okay, well that's good because I sell all the data here.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Have I made a mistake when I flight plan stuff? It doesn't make a difference when you've got a picture. I think I might have plotted this by accident. 1 second. Oh no, I didn't.
How could you have plotted it by accident?
Because I've got some tab systems still left. But I haven't because I've never actually been here. I thought I had been here before, but I haven't.
Well, I think when I land here, I'm going to call it a night because I've got work tomorrow.
I'm going to call it a night because I'm pissed.
My day's off for Wednesday and Thursday though, so that's not too bad.
Orbital flight engaged.
I've never landed on Hillary Depot before. I'm absolutely 100% sure that I've been to Hillary Depot. It's so strange, I really do. It's not... I don't know if I crashed or something.
Docking request denied.
Yeah, of course it would be. But I don't feel like I've ever been here before.
Docking request denied.
Dolly C. India Golf Delta. Flight control is in operation at this port. Submitted docking request before touching down, Commander. Access denied. Decrease distance to 7.5 kilometers. Clearance denied. Maintain approach and visualize within range. Request approved. Set down on landing pad 099. Automated docking approved. You may now hand over control.
I don't know how it works this game sometimes because you might be right, Marshall.
1,000
I
meters from
can't
touchdown.
stand by it.
Landing gear deployed.
Will you be on tomorrow night?
Yes, and on Wednesday I think I'm going to do a 24-hour stream. I
Oh,
think.
that's my day off, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, really? I'll let you know if it's my final decision. I think it will be because I haven't got many other options.
Hull repaired.
Are you finishing for tonight?
I am, Bob, yeah.
I've landed on the planet, so I'll finish as well.
I'm not saying I'll do a whole 24 hours with you, but I'll certainly come along for the journey, for the most of it.
Yeah, I'll join you if you want me to.
Sorry, Kathina, what do you mean exactly? Am I stopping because I'm drunk? Yes, I said it. Oh, 8.6. I'll take 8.6.
Has anybody had a connection error?
No, I'm bagging my first discovery bonuses.
I've lost you, Brian, in wing. Seriously, Swifty.
17 minutes.
Yeah, I just got booted for game. That's lovely.
Oh no, I might actually do it. I know it sounds strange, but I might actually do it on Wednesday. Stay tuned, because I might actually do it. It's It's not a drunken thing, it's been planned, or at least I've half planned it. Okay, so people, thanks very much for joining in. You know, you're always welcome. And if you want to come on in the Discord, be sure to sign in Discord. Details are in the stream, and I'll check you all out later, okay? 9-7.